Alright folks, in this video we're going to move a little further. We got our tank working fine, our Phillip working fine, our scale and so forth. So now instead of us having to push the pump icon on here, so if I go to the web page and if I turn the pump on here, click on this, click up, open, that's the valve, sorry, wrong button. If I click on the pump, this is what I meant right here, turns on the pump and we can see the valve can go up and down and so forth. Instead of doing that, what I'd like to do is put a picture of a pump here that possibly controls this. So I'm going to go over here to Crimson, and to do this exercise, I'm going to go over here to the right side of Crimson and click on Symbols over here on the right side. And in Symbols, I'm going to go down to a category, move this over just a little bit here, go down to a category called Pumps here. And once you click on the category, there's all kinds of different pictures of pumps in here. And it doesn't matter, they all operate the same way. The one I like to use is this centrifugal one. I just like the shape of it. So if I click on this guy one time, you'll see there's a bunch of pre-built different colored ones. Doesn't matter which one I'm going to use for colors, because I'm going to eventually change the color based on whether the pump is on or off. So for this example, I might grab this gray one, and I'll drag it out here. And you know what I'm going to do, team? Let me move this conglomeration just over a little bit like that. So I'm going to put this guy here. Now I'm going to move this. I'm going to make it a little smaller than this. And I'll position something like this. Now my goal is to click on this to turn the pump on, and then click on it again to turn the pump off. So if I double click on this image, I want you to notice that you really only have two tabs. Oops, where's my pointer tool? You have this tab and this tab here. Well, what we're going to do here is we want to add an action tab here. So I'm going to click the OK button, and if I right click on this, click on the word Add Action right here. Add Action, third thing from the bottom. And now I get an action tab. So on the Add Action, if I hit the pull down, I can choose a push button operation, push button. And I'm going to have this be a toggle, meaning I touch it once, turns it on, touch it again, turns it off. I want to control the pump. So I'm going to go over here to the right side, go to Data Tags on the right side. And following what I've said in earlier videos, the most important thing you can do in Crimson is have the courage to drag and drop. So in this case, I'm just going to grab the pump tag over here on the right side and simply drag pump tag right here, boom, into the button data field. Now, according to that, what that means is when I click on this one time, it's going to change to on, and click it again, it'll change to off. However, there's no change in color with this thing, and I really want this, when this changes, I want the color of this thing to follow some status from the tag. So if I go to the shading tab, let's look here on the shading. It might be here, I think it is, on image. They have this use colors here, and I've never really figured this out. So I'm going to go over here to the shading tab, and down here where it says use colors, I'm going to choose solid color. However, I want this thing to get its colors from the tag level called pump. So watch this. I'm going to simply grab this pump tag and drag and drop it right here, boom, on the word fixed. I'll drag it right here, boom, right there. Now, notice it turned red. I want you to put that in the back. You go, that's kind of weird. The whole thing turned red. I'll show you why that is in a second. Also, notice that we lost all the definition, if you will. So down here where it says include alpha channel, if you hit the pull down here and choose all channels, you'll get back the other graphics or the colors so that it looks more like a picture, if you will. So according to that, you see it's red right now. I want you to remember the red. I want to think about why is it red. Well, I'll click the OK button. That commits it. And now that our colors match the tag, is what we think. Well, team, if I right-click on this thing and go to Jump To, I can go directly to the tag that's controlling it, called Pump, or I can go over to the left side and click Data Tags on the left side and just click on the Pump tag as well. But here's what I want to show you. When I go to the tag called Pump on the left, and if I go to the Format tab, I want you to notice that the default colors right here are red and green, or lime. Red for off and lime for on. Notice that. So that's where it took the red color. Let me prove it to you. If I go to the Data tab here, and if I change the Simulate As, which is nothing there now, if I put a 1 in here, it's going to simulate as the on position. So now if I go back to Display Pages on this side, notice it's still red. Crimson doesn't update this part of the screen until you click on it. So I'm going to click here and update this. 1, 2, 3, boom. Hey, there it took on that properties. This also took on the properties on. So according to this now, if I click this, it should turn on off. Let's go ahead and download this team, see what happens here. Whoops, did I change something here? Let me go make sure I got my settings set up correctly. But there's correct. What about over here? Are we still using? Yeah, that's correct. Let me try something. Let's see if this. That's interesting. I must have my wireless turned off, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here because I am actually looking at the local IP address 192.168.254.44. So I'm going to go over here and change this to 192.168.254.44. That's on my local network. Let's see if we can download here. Let's see here. There we go. I must have my wireless turned off for some weird reason. Who knows? All right. So now it should update. And there it is. So if I click on it one time, boom, I can see the tank fills up. Sweet. That worked out perfect. So that's adding the pump. I'm going to add some more piping to this in a little bit, but that took care of that part. Now let's go a little step further here. And let's put a valve on here. I'm going to move this guy back over here. Let's put a valve on here that drains the tank. So I can click on a valve to open and close it. But the valve example is a little bit different than just this pump picture. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The valve I'm going to use is I'm going to go over to the right side. And, of course, I'm in Display Page on the left. But the right side, I'm going to go to the home directory of my symbol factory. And I'm going to go into the category called Valves. V-A-L-V-E-S right here. Of course, you click on it one time, you get all these different pictures of valves. The one I like to use for this example happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows to the top. There's this PVC 2A ball valve. And the reason I like this valve is if I click on it one time, you can see there's like a handle. So I can sort of pretend that in the closed position I want it to be here, red maybe, and in the open position I want it to be green, but I'm going to move this handle to the other side. So I'm going to have not just the two different colors, but really two different images. So this one here, the motor one we just did, or the pump, it was just one picture that changed colors. But this is going to be two different pictures that have to change. So to do this exercise, team, I'm not going to use the picture as such here. I'm going to go to the right side and go to primitives on the right side. And then I'm going to go into the category called core primitives. Go into the category called core primitives. And in the core primitives, up on top, there's this, on the upper right-hand corner, there's a thing called the animated image. I'm going to grab that dude and drag that thing on the display page. Now, once I drag that out there, let's go ahead and double-click on it or right-click and go to Properties. I want you to notice that Crimson automatically kicked you into Symbol Factory because it realizes you've got a blank image here. Well, team, we're actually going to change the image count from 1 to 2 because I have two different pictures that I want to oscillate from. So I'm going to change this from 1 to 2. Now I get two different pictures. Okay. So image 0 right here, I'm going to grab the red valve and put it, boom, right there in that position. And for image 1 right here, I'm going to grab the green one and put it right here, boom, right there. But I want this one to have the handle on this side over here. So what I'm going to do to fix that, team, is I'm going to click the Adjust button here. Just click the Adjust button. And I'm going to mirror this on the horizontal plane, which will flip that over to the other side. I want to put it on this side, which is exactly what I want. So I'll click the OK button. Now I have my two different pictures. I'm also going to turn on the maintain aspect ratio, because if I change the size of this, I'm going to have it follow. But to tell what image will show up, I need to put the tag valve tag here for image select. So if image select or valve tag is 0, it'll show this picture. And if image select happens to equal 1, it'll show this picture. So I'm going to go to the right side, go to data tags on the right side, and I'm going to drag the valve tag, boom, right here in the image select. So that'll take care of changing the pictures, but I want you to notice something. I want to be able to click on this to manually, have this like I did with the motor or the pump. So you see here, team, there is no action tab. Well, I'm going to click the OK button down below here. Click the OK button, boom. And then I'm going to right-click on this guy, right-click, and the third thing from the bottom is Add Action. Right-click, Add Action. And now I get, once again, the Action tab. And on the Action tab right here where it says No Action, I'm going to hit the pull down here and choose, once again, Push Button. And I'll go to the right side, go to Data Tags on the right side. And I'm going to drag the valve tag right here, boom, into the button data field. And that'll oscillate or flip that from 0 to 1 for the valve tag. That's what I want. So I'm going to click the OK button. And I'll leave this guy right here for now. Maybe I'll put it right here. All right, let's test this and see what happens. So I'll go ahead and download it. All right, so now, according to this, if I click on this, the valve should open, and we might see it go down. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, boom. Look at there. It opened here. We can see the raw tag value here, and we can also see the tag or the tank volume going down, which is perfect. Let's see if we drain it all the way down. Perfect, and now it's empty, so our drain flow is empty. So now if I close this, go ahead and turn on my pump, we can fill up the tank. Now here's an interesting thought. As I'm filling up, if I happen to open the valve here, I want you to notice something. Once I open the valve, the same amount of water that I'm putting in the tank is flowing out here. So you can see that this does not increase at all because theoretically there's a hole in the bucket, so it's going out at the same time. So we're going to talk about that, some other visualization here in a little bit. I'm going to do a few more things here, team. I'm going to go ahead and add some piping, some additional graphics to pipe, to put like a pipe in here, like a hose, and then maybe I'll put a pipe here. So I'm just going to go over to Symbol Factory on the right side of Crimson, and I'll go to the home directory here. And for my pipes, I think there's a category called pipes in here, right here. And in category pipes, there's all these different pipes here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick, speed up the video, but you'll see me drag this out here and do this. So hold on. So I'm going to click on this guy right here.